been a long time since I've live streaming my bridge lectures, so let's go on with some of the toughest areas of bridge, which is even more usages of the double. So far we've been into takeout, negative, and support, and also powerhouse or big doubles. But don't worry, it's not going to be as tough. We're going to look at like 4 and one another on every single slide. So, hold on. So, okay, I'm ready. Kyoumo! It's been a long time since I've live streaming my bridge lectures, so we're going to look at even more usages of the double. So far we've been to takeout, big or powerhouse doubles, negative doubles, and support doubles, for showing exactly 3. Now we're going to look at 4 more usages and how to set a penalty double on modern usages. First, there's the responsive double. Partner let you choose a suit, but they have bid and raised. How do you show your major suits? The answer is to double showing the opposite ranks of their suit, which has at least 4 cards each. Make sure to alert it. Also, just as in negative doubles, the higher the option, the more points it shows. So you have to hold at least like here, as in negative doubles. Now let's look at this option. double here shows minors because their suit is a major suit. Now let's look at another usage where you bid and raised one major, then two major. And then they interfere with three of the suit below your major. Opponent could bid on the 2 level or just pass. Now, weak hands can be rebid as 3 of the major and the strong hand on the 4 level. But how can you invite? And this is where the double is used. Make sure to alert it. And partner will decide. Show their hand, which is weak here, for example. So technically there are just 2 or 4 cases because left-hand opponent could overcall or pass. Let's change the suits, and the auction goes like this. Just a condition for using a maximal double, which needs to be alerted. And this response shows a strong hand to get to game. Now this is the way to improve your defensive plays, and also halfway through. When you ignore the double here, you see it's pretty much a basic auction on contract bridge. Now this asks whether the no trump holder has a 4-card major stamen. This is unalertable, and so they get to a heart contract. But what about the East double? Well, apparently a double of a convention is lead directing. Remember the term? I think I've mentioned it on describing the purpose of overcalls. Anyways, if East doubled a bid used for a convention, must have a good suit on that bid that is used as a convention. Or it could be this type of hand. I won't go into deep, but if I had to describe, I would say with 5 good cards, you must hold 3 out of top 5, or with 6 cards, you should hold 2 of the top 3. But obviously it's much better when you hold more honors on a certain suit. It's just that the definition of a good suit can be a bit stiff when the vulnerability status is unfavorable. Now here's another option, which goes all the way up to slam, using the Roman keycard Blackwood, and even the Queen asking. Now, say East holds one of those hands. And the strings that the honors are concentrated are very different. From what it's worth, all bids over 4 no trump are all artificial. Using 3014, which is straightforward, 5 clubs show 0 or 3 key cards, and 5 diamonds here is asking for the queen. 5 no trump shows the queen and no other lower king. Now here's where you should do a lead directing double. With good clubs, you could bid on A, which is right after the 5 club bid. With concentrated honors on diamonds, you double directly after 5 diamonds. And with good spades, you just pass all the way through. There is no fitting place for a double. But partner will figure out that didn't double clubs nor diamonds, it must be on spades for sure. Now this is really handy if you really do get it. And even though I've mentioned only Blackwood responses and statements, you could also use it on other conventions as well, such as force suit, forcing to game, and so on. Or you could pick any eligible convention and make use of it if you ask well, or check on the convention card. And finally, on terms of doubles, we have this card showing double as written on the convention card. It is known as action doubles or DSIP double. Say you have this hand here and it's quite average enough to go on the auction, but there's no good bid because 2 spades show 6 cards or more and 3 clubs show 4 cards showing a fit, and 2 no trump shows a stopper on their suit, hearts. So the question is there any way to show extra points other than just pass? The answer is to double to show values without clear direction. We used to use it as for a penalty, but on modern bridge, there are more usages other than just for shoving on. Now here's the basic principle for modern bridge. It is something I've made up like this. If it's not for shoving off, then it's not for passing off. And that is the principle for cards showing doubles here. Also, we'll get into handling interference after no trump openings, but the card showing double applies over 2 level bids except 2 clubs. And on the 3 level, negative doubles are applied. if two clubs is overcalled as natural or showing a one suit or anything else other than showing majors as in Landy, doubling that is as stamen. So that is why we write systems on after interference of double or two clubs. Now as said, these two clubs should not show major suits because otherwise it's quite useless to find a major suit in there. And now we come to the part where we use the double as a penalty purpose one. It's quite related to card showing doubles here. But it might be a bit tricky because teamwork is required. You are West holding on the suit. And they opened and bid it. People used to double here for having enough length on their suit to set down the contract. But on modern usages, things become quite different here, using the advantage of teamwork. So with this hand, you just pass on. Not having many options here usually implies further ongoings on the auction. Our partner would likely do a card showing double here instead of just passing out. Now this is the time you want to pass out because a pass here on here and here shows either a trump stack on their suit or cards not worth showing on which you would never would use a card showing double as we've seen before. Now, classic bridge used to be self-oriented to show just their hands, but as time goes on, bridge have evolved on better in terms of communication and probability. So a lot of good stuff have turned way much better on finding major suit games and more effective ways such as card showing doubles and trap passes. They're quite useful when you trust one another on your partnership. So we've got through 4 and 1 extra that could be a bit tough to understand. And I promise this is the very last lecture that I'll teach on doubles for sure. And don't forget to trust your partner when it comes to bridge. Because when teamwork goes well, results would come up pretty good. So on the next lecture, we're going to look at balancing actions. Actually, we've seen some balancing actions before, but we'll go even deeper to that. Usually, when it comes to balancing actions, it's based on the expected values to turn more even better. On my introduction to competitive bidding, I've mentioned about borrowing 3 points. We'll talk about that but it might not be applied simply like that. So I'll get more onto that as well. So thanks for tuning in on this week's Bridge lecture, and I'll see you next week.